Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cleaning and Restoring. In this one we will be doing the Atari 7800. Now these are pretty simple because you don't actually need any fancy screwdrivers. You just need a regular Phillips head screwdriver, and you can see this console is very dirty, so that's why I'm doing this. This isn't mine, this is my friend's. I'm just doing this for him. So when you flip it over, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screw points. So you're going to take out all those screws and I will show you the next step after that. Okay, I've taken all 5 screws off. So what you're going to do is flip the system back over so you got the rainbow stripe facing you, and you're just going to lift off, and the lid should come off relatively easily. Now this is pretty gross on the inside, but we're going to set the inside of it aside for a minute or two so we can go to the top lid part. Now there are all these little buttons on it which I believe can come off. Yeah, so as you can see, each button has 2 little plastic tabs on each side that stick out. So what you're going to do is you're probably going to need a screwdriver for this, or at least a screwdriver bit. And what you're going to do is poke each tab into the side. Let me get a screwdriver bit real quick so I can try to do this for you guys. Alright, so you're going to poke the tab into the side and push down so it'll stay out. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Oh, these are really stubborn buttons. Alright. I'm going to try to get these off video, but basically there's 2 little plastic tabs on each side of the button. You're going to push them together and then push down on this long white cylinder sticking out, and the button will just fall out on its own. Okay, so now I've taken all the buttons out, so we're going to go to the bottom half of the console, and it's pretty simple. Basically this whole board is just one big piece, and what you're going to do is just lift it up and slide it towards you, which would be this direction so that these ports down here get out of the way, and you just pull it straight out. And this is obviously very dusty, obviously under it is too, but you got like this huge cobweb hanging off of it, and you just got all kind of dirt in here. So I would use like an air gun to clean this off the best you can, because obviously you can't run this underwater. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take, and this is basically what's left. I mean, there's nothing else to take apart in this console. So now I'm going to go ahead and wash the plastic parts. So that would be this, the top half of the console, and all 4 buttons. But if you notice, each button had like a little spring on it. I would take the springs off because there's nothing holding them on the buttons, and you don't want them to like fall off and down a drain. Just make sure that you put the springs back on when you're putting it back together so you don't forget that. So after I clean all the parts, I'll be back with how to put it together. Alright, if you are at this stage in the video, that means you're ready to put your Atari 7800 back together. So we're going to start with the bottom piece. And we're going to take the board, which I've cleaned off with like air and all that, and take it and put it in just the way it came out, which is literally just like this. You slide it in with the ports first, and it should just fall back into place like this. And this is exactly what it should look like. It shouldn't rattle. Well, it rattles a tiny bit, but not really. And that's basically it for the bottom half of the console. So we're going to move that aside and take the lid, and take each button and put the springs back on it, which I'll do off camera for you. Okay, so I put all the buttons back in. As you can see, they go in this order. If you're looking at it this way, they go power, pause, select, reset. So they obviously go into the console in that order. And if you're having a pro tip here, if you're having a bit of a problem putting the first button in, it's probably because you have the top of it pressed against a surface like a table, and it's this part is hitting on it and it's not going all the way through. Because that's what I was doing, and I had no clue what was happening. So after you've done it, you can test every button and press it just to make sure that it springs back up and that it will press down okay. And so the last step, you're going to take the bottom half of the console, put the top half on top, make sure the light lines up down here, and then you're going to flip it over and put your 5 screws back in around the console bottom. Alright, after you screw it together, this is what it should look like. You could lift it up by the top and nothing will happen. And you can press all the buttons and they should work fine. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. So that is how to clean and restore an Atari 7800 Pro system. So if you liked the video, thank you for watching. Leave a like or subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this.